Hello, and welcome to the director's commentary for The Flame and the Flood. My name is Forrest Dowling, and I was the designer on the game, and you're going to be hearing a bunch from me throughout the game, wherever you see these little glowing cassette tapes. First off, I wanted to introduce some of the other voices that you're going to be hearing from. So without further ado, let me hand it off to Sync.
Hey, I'm Scott Sinclair. I was the art director on the game and a founder at the Molasses Flood.
And my name's Gwen. I was also a founder at the Molasses Flood, and I did the animations, the effects, and so forth for the game.
I am Chad, and I'm also a founder of the Molasses Flood, and I am the environment artist on the game.
My name is Damian Isla. I was one of the two engineers on this project, and I focused on a bunch of the river generation, the AI, some control stuff, the Mac port, all kinds of things. With only two engineers, you end up having to cover a lot of bases. I have to say that probably the most amazing moment in this game production for me was putting the title track onto the Kickstarter video. I had not been able to conceive what the video was going to feel like, and then when that music went on there, it was just so beyond perfect. And it turned out more perfect than we ever had any right to expect or hope for.
I think so perfect that I think at one point when we were struggling with gameplay and systems that I had jokingly suggested that we just made a backdrop for the soundtrack, you know. Let's just let the raft go down the river and let the music play.
I mean, I remember sitting in the pub around the corner here, and we put together a friggin' word cloud. And that's what Chuck got. Chuck got a word cloud, yep. Of like us like free associating, rustic themes. And out of that word cloud came the most perfect song that, as much as any other single element, defined what our game is. It was just, we won the lottery there.
So one of the most fun parts about being an animator on this project is every now and then I would just get a really awesome model from Sync, and I'd think to myself, how can I push this and how can I have fun with this? And I remember this raft for the character. When we first got it, I think everybody was imagining it would be this static raft. And I remember early on we were trying to come up with a way to transition between when you were on the river and when you were on land. And we needed some kind of visual to cover that up. And so I kind of made this docking animation, and I was trying to figure out, is there going to be a rope on every dock that you tie to the raft? And then I just rigged up the raft so that the tire could come off and you could throw the tire over the dock. And as I did it, I thought to myself, oh no, Sync is going to kill me. I totally messed up his model to do this and probably stretching it. And he was like, he liked it. And that was kind of the beginning of the raft becoming a bigger and bigger thing.
The idea of this big, powerful river it's sort of a thing where you don't have control. Which, if you've ever been whitewater rafting, it's like you're kind of just controlling a little bit. And it's super important that you have that bit of control so you're not just crashing into stuff. But we spent a lot of time sort of tuning the power, sort of the influence that the water has on the raft versus the control that you can then push back. I feel like we fiddled with that for most of the project.
I remember walking through Kendall Square, and it was really late at night, and I get a phone call on my cell phone, and it's Chuck sitting at a campfire in his backyard in between tours, and he's wanting me to sit down right then and there while he riffs on his guitar and plays these first few sketches of the initial title track.
Yeah, I love the story that he told us about his actual process of writing The Flame and the Flood, the album, where I think he spent about a week out on the river.
My job was to take a bunch of island pieces and arrange them within a certain space so that it conformed to the high-level plan that Bryn had built, but also provided interest and the correct amount of density and that kind of thing. And for that process, some of the early sort of handcrafted pieces of river that Chad put together were really crucial. They really gave us an idea of what will it look like when these little chunks of island, little chunks of land are put together, are laid out. What will it end up looking like, and what kind of density of islands and shoreline and so on are we looking for? And then take those pieces and do a lot of nerdy coding work, and you sort of get this endless river out of it.